Welcome back to Spank Ranch Garage. Tonight we've got this Scat Trak 1300 HD skid steer. This is my skid steer. I use the heck out of this thing. Anyway, it's becoming time for some maintenance and repair. So the tilt cylinders are leaking hydraulic oil down the shafts here. However, there is a bigger problem at hand here that we need to take care of. Let me show you. Look how much slop this has in the quick attach. Check this lower bushing here. That's pretty offensive. Looking over here where the quick attach meets the loader arm. Similar amounts of ridiculousness. It's just very annoying having all that slop when I'm trying to do like precision things like jamming the forks through the side of a car or, you know, grading a driveway, whatever. Let's get this quick attach taken off and let's see if there's anything replaceable in here or see how we can recover from this situation. This thing is probably over 30 years old at this point, and shame on Scat Trak for not making any of this greasable. The greased fittings on this thing, everything's nice and tight, but this whole section's not greasable, and the results speak for themselves. I guess when they're that sloppy, she comes apart nice. Now, all right, that came off pretty easy. We've got slop everywhere, even up top here. A little bit, but it all adds up. So we're not gonna win this battle, but if we can make it a little better, I'd be happy. Now here's the main pin bushings down here, and these actually have removable bushings, and they fit a little sloppy in the arm and they fit real sloppy on the pin, so just replacing these would take out a lot of slop. But we also have, you know, some play in here. To fix this, really, you could line bore this, you could cut these out, weld new bushings in. I gotta watch how much time I put into this because really it's for no gain other than to make my machine feel a little tighter. So I'll probably pick the low-hanging fruit. I'll probably put new pins in it, and then I think I can get a lot of play out of this by boring and bushing these cylinder rod ends. You can visually see how egged that is, but this is a joke. I mean, are you kidding me? So just fixing that's gonna take probably 50% of my play out. And that is obtainable in a short amount of time on a small budget because I'm going to be pulling these apart to rebuild them anyway. There we go, yeah. Gotta splash that fluid everywhere. Looks like your pretty typical hydraulic cylinder, so let's see what we can do with this. 164, 1636. So the bore in the arm is not round, which I would expect, but shows we got to go up about 35 thousandths build up on this bushing to make this thing fit in here the way it should. Let's do that. Look at that. 1254, 1254, 1253. So we did shrink this bushing a little bit. So if I get a pin that's 125 nominal, we'll have just 3 or 4 thousandths of play on this used old bushing, giving this thing new life. Let's turn this down until it fits the arm. Keep a press fit like that going, that would be great. I won't even tack them into the arm then. 1253, 1235, perfect. 3 thousandths clearance on a 125 pin. These bushings are, you know, going to be slightly consumable, but really I want the pin to be the softest part of this. Not that I'll probably ever have to change this again in my life, but somebody might have to, I don't know. Finished up the bottom pins. I ain't no machinist, but it worked out pretty nice. Recessed grease nipple like on the other ones, and this is actually 125 nominal on the money. and it fits really nice. See that we got just the right amount of shrink out of these bushings. That fits in there really good. And then in the actual bracket, it also fits really well. Hardly any play at all in that, where if you look at where the stock ones were, you know, you had quite a bit of jiggle here, and then obviously in here, I mean, these things are just falling in and out. It's apparent that this is actually a bushing in here that's deformed like crazy. Now, is it deformed into the actual eyelet? It looks like it, but I will bust this bushing out of here and see what's left of the original rod. Well, got it set up on the old boring head here, and it didn't take much to totally clean up. Now, I don't know how much I removed. I'm not keeping count. I want to bring this to a decent nominal size, and I'm hoping if I get lucky, I'll find a bushing already on the market that's ready to go. Just press it in. So probably got to get closer to 1.25 inches on this, though, just because if I make this 1 1/8 inches, and then I got a 1-inch bushing, it only leaves me 16th wall thickness. I don't think that'll hold up very well. Currently at 1.155. So I got about a little under 200 thousandths more to go to get out to that 1.25 number. This rod fresh off the mill, totally round again and bored out to the OD of the bushing I'll be pressing in. Here's a replacement pin I built. All right, it's gonna replace this pin. This one I did make greasable, so I countersunk a Zerk into the end of it here with a little grease fitting. That's gonna come out right where you see this polished area here. This is where the cylinder rides. So this just slides through the quick attach bracket like this, something like that. You can see that the grease pin will be greasing the cylinder there. The reason I countersunk it is to give us clearance here, because as you quick attach your bucket, this piece moves around. It doesn't actually cross the Zerk fitting, but I figured tucking it in a little bit would help, so. Not bad. I gotta trim the bushing up on this side, but I basically set this up to be, you know, just as tight of a slip fit as you can get without it binding. And that is pretty damn nice. Fresh seals in this thing all the way around, courtesy of local hydraulic shop. Got me them next day. Pretty nice, so ready to throw it back together. All right, we look really nice on this. So if you remember last time, before the repairs, when I would shake this thing, it had so much slop it wasn't even funny. Most of that's coming from the top of the cylinders. There is some play up there. But for this repair, I am extremely impressed with how that turned out. Ease of service, looks good. This pin is usually covered by the attachment, so this Zerk fitting is probably not gonna get busted off, and then this one is very protected up here. Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah, she's even tighter after some grease. So if you remember, this whole part was moving around in here and then the cylinder was flying around in there. That's all tight now. So this feels like a brand new machine. The rest of the machine is pretty tight. The drives, the hydraulics all feel really good. The lift cylinders are really tight. All those bushings are good. For some reason, these four here just became a huge problem. So I like it. That's a job well done. Thanks for watching this episode of Spank Ranch Garage. This was a fun one. It's stuff that I don't usually do. I got to do some machining. I got to do some repair on my own equipment. That's probably tighter than it's been since like 1988. So thanks for watching Spank Ranch Garage. See you next time.